Okay guys, welcome back to my channel. As you can see, in this particular tutorial I'll be teaching you guys how to sew a shift dress with this particular specific design in front. As you can see, you can use any shape you want. As you can see, my students, they use shapes of their choices. So thanks and may God bless you. If you've not bought our book, please make sure you click on the link in the description to buy our book. It's very, very important. It's going to help you learn how to cut patterns. Make sure you like this video and make sure you subscribe. Okay guys, so now look at this. Look at this. So I want to show you guys those designs I say we are going to be doing at the center. Now look at it. Look at what I want to show you guys. Now, what I want you guys to do is, first of all, I will even want people to use your cloth wording, cloth gum, and even gum this first. The part that you are going to have the design. The reason is to make sure that that part is stable, and that when you put scissors, your material is not going to be coming out. Do you understand? That part must be very, very neat. But for the sake of this particular tutorial, let me continue because I can still, at the end of the day, after I finish cutting, and I will gum it. So now let's do that. Let's do that. So now, depending on where you want your design to start, do you understand? I can even make my design to start all the way from the neck, like directly. But for the sake of this particular tutorial, let me step down with 1 inch. Let me start from 1 inch. Are you seeing it? Now look. You choose the length of your design. Remember I showed you guys this particular one on the board. Do you understand? You choose the what? Length of your design. Okay, let me choose 6 inches. Is it okay? Let me choose 6 inches. So let's say you choose it. You can choose 7 if you want it to be wider. You can choose 8. Do you understand? And it depends on the number of designs that you want. Okay, let me choose 7 inches. Let me choose 7 inches. But please, I want you guys to know that there is calculation and there's mathematics in fashion designing. As I'm choosing this thing, look at what it means. If I choose 7 here, and I want to know if I want to start immediately or also to go down with another one. You guys remember we used 1 here? Thank you. Now, I'll choose another how many? 7. Then I also want to know whether to go down with another 1. So, as I'm doing this thing, if this place is not the place I want it to end, assuming I wanted it to end here, that means all this calculation I did is not okay. I must do the calculation in a way that it will be like, you understand, maybe at the end of the day 1 will remain here. Or when I do another one, now see. Or when I do another one, this one is supposed to like give me another 7. Do you understand? That's what I want you guys. I just want you guys to know that things must be proportional. It's not when you are doing at the end of the day, if you just do 3, what is here is half of it. No. So now let me use 6 inches. Do you guys understand? Let me use that 6 inches that I used before. 6 inches, how many? 1, another 6 inches. 1, another 6 inches. Okay, whatever. So as I'm using these 6 inches, look at it. Get the midpoint. Are you seeing it? Get the midpoint like this. Then you now ask yourself, what is the width too that you want? Now, for the sake of this particular tutorial, I'm going to be using 2.5 here. Are you seeing it? The width here. So what this thing means now, in essence, is look at it. From here, connect here. Are you seeing it? Then from here, connect back here. Are you seeing it? The same thing I'm going to do this to the second one. Now look at it. From here we have 6 here. Then the midpoint. Are you seeing it? Then we have how many here? 2.5. Yes, that's exactly what I used here. So connect from here down to here. Then from here down to here. Are you guys seeing it? So let's continue, guys. Yes, we are going to be cutting it out. So what I'm trying to teach you people now is a very technical something that if you did not do it well, it will not come out. It will spoil your clothes, I promise you. Now look, I'm going to be cutting it out. Now, if you don't want your space, the hole, to be more than this, what it means is that for you to cut it out, you cut like out like this. Are you seeing it? Because you need a space to fold. Do you guys understand what I mean? You will not cut everything out. You need a space to fold. Yeah? But for me, I don't mind if my hole is bigger than this. Do you understand? So let me cut everything out. Now look at it, guys. Have you seen it? When you reach here, have you seen it? Okay, let's do this one again. So now look at this. Are you seeing it? So later now, let me show you people something. Later now, I'm going to see what I said that time. I'm going to place it like this, gum it. The reason why I'm gumming it, so that when I'll be folding it, it will be nice. So welcome, guys. So let's start. So now look at it. This is our design which we have done. So we are going to be preparing it, then sew the dress. Now one thing I want to let you guys know is that first of all, always try to overlock your dress. Do you understand? Always try to weave your dress. As you can see, we have done the weaving. Yes, it's always better when you weave first before sewing than sewing and then you do weaving. Do you understand? But if in case the situation that is not possible for you, you can at least sew. Do you understand? But I'm just trying to tell you, if you want to enter into ready to wear, it's mandatory you weave first. Although in some occasions there are some kind of work that we'll be doing, you don't just weave first. As you are weaving, you are sewing at the same time. But that is probably for those that have weaving machine around them. Do you understand? But I just want to let you know that there is a work you'll be doing is 100% mandatory. That's what I want to let you guys know. Okay, so this is this particular design. So let's work on it, guys. Now let me show you guys something. I think the pieces. Okay, go on. So guys, look at what I'm about doing. Now look at it. So this is the idea of what we are going to be doing. Are you seeing it? This is the idea. This one is going to be under such that you'll be seeing this one. Do you understand? And the sleeve is actually going to be this one. It's a nice combination. Do you understand? Like I said, you can create any shape that you want. Me, I'm using this particular shape. So what I want us to do now is, let me keep this one aside. Remember, you also have to overlock all these ones. Do you understand? Both your facing and the rest. So now look at it. Turn the back part of this. Now look at what you are going to be. This part is very important too. If you can do one neatly, that means you can do others neatly. When you come at any sharp edge of this, just notch. Just notch. Depending on what you want to use and notch, you can use half inch, you can use quarter inch. Do you understand? Just notch this way. Now if you notice, we have used our gum stay to place on top of this. Me, I use a soft gum stay. That is a feasible interfacing. Are you seeing it? Now do the same thing here. I will also want you to somehow cut your gum hemming gum. Are you seeing it? Cut your hemming gum in a way that is very, very tiny, so that it will not dirty your material or it will not stain your material while you are working. Look at it, as small as this. Now look at what I'm going to be doing. Use your iron. Please be very careful, because at this moment you need carefulness. Now look at it. Hold it like, are you seeing it? Then make sure you iron. Please make sure that this part you really fold it in a way that nothing will be remaining there. Now look at it. Use your iron and iron like this. Okay, so are you seeing it? Now use the same method and fold on the other side. Please just be very careful. Make sure you are very comfortable while doing this. Now look at this side. I'm going to be doing the same thing. Okay guys, now look at it. Are you seeing it? So we are going to use the same technique to do on all of them. Let's say you do for a long gown and you do like 10, you are going to do it 10 times. Do you understand? So now look at it. Are you seeing it? It's looking very neat here. Are you seeing it? Thank you. So when we now put this under, let me show you guys. Then what we are now going to do is we are going to stitch neatly. It is at this moment I will know whether each and every one of you can stitch very well. If you cannot stitch very well, please, I promise, I ask you not to do this particular project. I know what I'm saying, because if you do it, it will look so awkward and ugly. You understand? You must have a neat stitch at the very edge. So guys, by me looking at this, you can see that we are done doing this. Are you seeing it? This is the back part and this is how the front looks like. Are you seeing it? Very, very neat. So let me place it back again and make sure it's very, very relaxed at this point. Light. So now what you are going to be doing, you are going to use your hemming gum. Look at it. Take your hemming gum and place it around here. Are you seeing it? Place it around here, just this way. Make sure it doesn't enter inside. Like, I mean from here. Make sure it doesn't. Okay, take another one, place it here. Please be very careful. Take another one, place it here. That's just what you do. You can place other parts. So next thing we need to do is, now look at this. We have this I said we are going to be using. Are you saying it? Now how did I get the width of this? I got the width of this from the width of this particular part. Are you saying it? Now let's just check what we have here. How many do we have here? 6 inches. So I now added extra 2 inches to it, making it how many? 8 inches. Are you saying it? Look at it. From here to here is how many? 8 inches. Are you seeing? Now talking about the length, you must make sure the length is longer than from here to here. Do you understand? Make sure it is longer. It's better you use your hand and cut off the excess length rather than it not being enough. So the next thing we are going to be doing now is we are going to use it and place on top of it. The best way for us to place it on top of it is to do center. Look at what I mean. Let's say here is the center. Place center versus center. Are you saying it? Okay. Now do the same thing here. Place center. Just centralize it. Take a material, cover and the iron. Okay guys, as you can see, we are done with it here. Are you seeing it? So next thing we need to do now is to cut out our, we are still going to the sewing machine to sew it out, but you need to cut out your facing. Do you understand? I'm not going to be using a bias here. I'm going to be using facing, but you can go ahead to also use a bias. But me, I prefer to use facing because facing looks so professional more than a bias. But like I said, you can always use a bias. So in order to cut out a facing, it's not hard. So look at how to cut out a facing. Just cut out the piece which you want to use and cut out your facing. Now let's say this is the piece here. Fold your material this way. Are you seeing it? Fold it this way. Okay, now when you fold it this way, you place it like this. Are you seeing it? Now when you are done placing it, next thing you need to do is to place it exactly like this. Okay, and you cut it out this way. Are you seeing it? Follow the shape of the neck. Follow the shape of the neck. Make sure you pin it so that it won't shift as you are cutting. Now cut it out this way. Are you seeing it? So when you are done cutting it out, next thing you need to do is to measure 2 inches. So next thing you need to do is to, like, you can use 2 inches, you can use 3 inches depending on how bold you want your facing to be. Now look at it. Let's say I'm using 3 inches. Start marking 3 inches from this neckline. Are you seeing it? From this neckline. Now then, for those that are asking how I cut that one, this is how I actually did it. Now do something like this. I know most of you guys must have been saying it. Okay, look at it. Okay, so at the end of the day, we are going to gum it and then overlock it, that is to weave it. Okay, now let me show us an example what I'm trying to say. Now look at it. I've actually prepared it. Are you seeing it? Okay, so what we are going to be doing is we are going to be using it as our facing. Please just remember that facing can be used from the back towards the front. What I mean from the back towards the front is, now look at it. I can choose to sew it this way. Are you seeing it? Place it and sew alongside the neck. Are you seeing it? After you are done sewing, you turn it this way. So you turning it and ironing it is something like this. Are you seeing it? That is how to work with it. Now look at it. Something like this. You now iron it. Then you now fold it here. Are you seeing it? And sew the down part. Look at what I mean. It's very, very simple. Sew like this. Are you seeing it? Let the front be facing the wrong side. Now look at it. Then after you are finished sewing with 1/4 inch or 1/2 inch, you turn and iron. That's just what I mean. You turn and iron. Then if you're putting it in front like as I'm doing now, you also need to fold here and iron. Are you seeing it? Then you can now sew on top of this. But for the sake of this particular tutorial, I'm going to be putting it at the back. I don't want it to show in front. I don't want it to affect my design here. Do you understand? So what I'm going to be doing is look at it front to front. Now look at it. I'm going to place it like this. Are you seeing it? Use your pin and hold it. Then after, I'm going to be ironing it towards the back. Do you guys understand? That is what I'm going to be doing. So you also do the same thing on the front part of your dress, and you do it at the back part of your dress. So look at the back side, which I already have here. Look at the back side. Are you seeing it? Remember, the back side has a zipper allowance, so we have it this way. Okay, so let's go and do the stitching. Okay guys, so now we are going to be sewing at the very edge. Are you seeing it? See, we have already sewn one. Now look at it here. We have already sewn at the very edge. Yes, if you cannot sew like this, that means this particular course is not for you. Just know that, like I've said it here. So now, in order for you to start sewing, there's something I usually want us to do. Don't start from the sharp edge to sew. Do you understand? Start from a place that has, or there's almost straight. Start from a place. Now look at it. Let me start from here. Okay. Now be sewing at the very edge. Please, if you cannot sew like this, I promise you, in fact, I want you to go and start learning how to match machine or how to sew straight lines. So now look at it. When you get to this point that you started, all you have to do, please don't backstitch. All you have to do is sew past that place. Now sew like with extra 1 inch distance, or maybe 1.5 inch. Do you understand? Then now take your scissors and cut it off. This, I promise, is not going to, be, it's not going to cut, or it's not going to be an inferior stitching. Now look at it from the back. Are you seeing it? It's never going to be an inferior stitching, except you did not sew it up to like 1/2 inch. Yes, that's when it can easily go out. Now look at it. Are you seeing it? It's looking very, very nice. Now let me teach us something that is very, very important. I forgot to say, please, you must not use hemming gum on top of this side. Do you understand? You can go ahead to use hemming gum by the side, just all those tiny hemming gums. Place by, if you can do that. If you cannot do it, place it and use pin. Do you understand? And hold it. This is why I'm saying this is that it's not everybody that can use hemming gum at this side and it will come out very, very well. Hemming gum has a way of affecting material in a particular way. That is what I want to say. So use the same method and stitch on this very one. That is what we are going to do till we are done with all of them. Okay, so look at the back side. Are you seeing it? Look at the front side. It's now done properly. So next thing we are going to be doing is we are going to be fixing our facing. Let's do that. Look at it. Are you seeing it? You can go ahead and use your pin to hold it in a situation that you cannot hold it very well. This is whatever you do on this side is the same thing you are going to be doing on the back side. Now when you are done, make sure you top stitch on the facing itself. Here, are you seeing? If you want to top stitch, see this one, the same allowance is going to be going towards the facing. Okay, then you top stitch. This is the same thing as when you are working with a lining. Okay guys, look at it. So we'll now also go to the ironing table, but we are going to be doing the back one first. Now go to the ironing table and iron it out. Do you guys understand? Place it like this and iron it out. Make sure you do a neat stitch, neat ironing. Are you seeing it? Iron it out. You can also go ahead to use small hemming gum and place under it. Are you people seeing it? Look at what I'm trying to show you people. Look at it. It's a normal facing. That is it. So let's do the same thing on the back part. Okay guys, so the same thing you're also going to do to this one. Are you seeing it? Place it like this and you iron. So now let's before I go to the ironing table, let me do something else. Okay, remember we have our bust dart. Are you seeing it? From here to here is actually the bust dart. So let's just work on this bust dart. First of all, I place it into two like this, then I use this one to get it on the other side. Are you seeing it? A pin. Okay, you do something like this. Okay, then also try to get it on this side also. Now look at it. Are you seeing it? Now you can now turn it. When you turn it, you can use your rule and get it from here. Now look at it, here to this side. Are you seeing it? Okay, so let's sew it out guys. Look at it. For me, I don't want to use much, but normally your dart is half inch, but I'm going to be using quarter inch on this one for reasons. That is just how I want to do it, because this particular person and this particular dress is actually a very free dress. Do you understand? So let's start. Then you just do it like the way you do your normal darts, guys. The way you do your normal darts. So now guys, look at it here. Are you seeing it? It's looking so nice. So this is the same thing you do on the other side. Okay, now I want you to know that as we have done this, it's actually going to affect the length of the front part. Hope you guys know. It's going to affect the length of the front part. So you too, you're also going to adjust it. So guys, look at it here. Are you seeing it? It's looking very nice. See here, see here. Okay, so let's continue. Let's close the side. Normally the way I close the side is that I turn it here and I measure. Do you understand? I mark it on the other side. But whenever you're making free dresses, you can go ahead to even lock it without doing all these things. What you are going to be doing is, let's say what you added is 2 inches allowance. Do you understand? You can go ahead and sew 1 inch, remaining how many? 1 inch. What that thing means is that 1 times 4 meaning 4 inches. That means you have extra 4 inches as the circumference. So let's mark out half 1 inch allowance. That's what we are going to be using to sew. Okay, so look at it guys. From here I'm going to be marking out how many? 1 inch, 1 inch, 1 inch. So place it like this and let's sew. Now do the same thing on the other side guys. Okay, now look at it guys. Are you seeing it? We are done stitching the sides. Okay, let's continue. Let's close the shoulder. There are many ways you can use to close the shoulder, but the way I'm going to be using to close the shoulder, are you seeing it? Is I'm going to be placing it this way. Are you seeing it? This way. If you don't understand, let me know. I'm going to be placing it this way. So let's do that. Make sure you place it accordingly. Don't make a mistake. Okay, if you notice, I started from the center because I wanted to make sure that it's held very, very well. Then also continue from the center and extend your stitching down to the other side. So next thing you have to do, are you saying it? We are done stitching it. Remember, you still go to the ironing, open it up here, iron, then turn it towards this way. Do you guys understand? We are getting done almost. Are you seeing it? Look at it. The sewing is perfect here. Both of them must be equal. They must be very, very equal. Okay, let's do the same thing on the other side. Okay, so let's check it. Look at it. This one, try. Are you seeing it? So close it like this and then iron. This is it. Okay, so we're almost done guys. We're almost done. Okay, let me show you guys something. If we still want to insist in order to close this, see what I'm saying? This is the center back. Are you seeing it? Yes, when you fold it like this is center back. How many inches allowance did we use? 2 inches allowance. So let's close it back with the exact 2 inches allowance. Let's close it back with the exact 2 inches allowance. Okay guys, now look at what we are going to be doing. Are you seeing it? At the back, like I said, what we used for our zipper allowance was 2 inches. Okay, what I used for my zipper allowance is 1.5, but the general thing we usually use is how many? 2 inches. So whatever you use as your zipper allowance, that's what you are going to be using. So for the sake of this particular tutorial, make use of 1.5. Okay, 1.5. Just take 1.5 all the way down. Okay. Now there's something I really want to teach us. Remember I told us that this thing does not shift dress does not actually need a waist fitting, but I say you can always modify according to how you want yours. But I'm not going to put in a waist fitting, but I'm going to put it under bust fitting. Now look, let me show you guys something on this very point now. Let's say in a situation where other places are 1.5, I can go ahead to make that particular point at least 2 inches. Do you understand what I mean? This is in order to give it extra fitting. So in other words, now look at what I'm trying to say. We'll be sewing from here all the way down to this side. Are you seeing it? Then from here all the way down to this side. Are you seeing how the stitching is going to look like? Okay, so let's do that, guys. Now there's something I want to let you know. There's something I really want to let you know. If your dress must have a zip, for the sake of this particular one, I'm not sure that the zip is necessary on this particular one. Do you understand? Because of the neck and everything. But if you to have a zip, wherever your zip will start or wherever it will stop, please start stitching with a loose stitch. Are you seeing it? Set your machine so that it will be a loose stitch, so that when you get to that point, you tighten it. Make sure you back stitch, then you continue with a tight stitch. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yes, that's what you have to do. So let's start stitching. But I think it's time for us to go to the iron table. Let's go and iron everything out and prepare it. Then we'll now come and fix the down pleating and the down pleating stroke gather and also the sleeve. Do you understand? Okay guys, as you can see, look at it here. If you look at it very well, you notice that we are almost done. Are you seeing it? Okay, now look at the back part. Okay, the only thing we are going to be doing is to fix our sleeve, my dear. We are done preparing our sleeve. So if you really want to know how to cut this sleeve, we have our video. You see it up there. So learn how to cut a normal basic sleeve. Okay, look at it. That is what we are going to be using here. So, but I'm going to fix it us for us to see. So look at it here. So also remember we have something which we are going to be using here, and is a material strap that we cut. I'll show you guys how we cut it. We are going to be fixing it here at the end of the day. We are going to be having a pleated or a gather here. Yes, so let's go to the table and finish up our dress. So make sure you stitch it down. You can as well leave it if you don't want to stitch it down, then use your hemming gum and do that. Okay guys, look at it. We are going to be fixing our sleeve. First of all, we need to fold this like this and get the midpoint. You need to get, so we already have our midpoint here. Are you seeing it? And you're already seeing the midpoint, and please, it's not here. See the midpoint. Are you seeing it? When you place it like this, you will know. Are you seeing it? If here is equal and here is equal, it means that here is the midpoint of this particular one. So let's do the stitching, guys. So what we are going to be doing is we place it this way. Are you seeing it? Okay, now look at it. Let's start sewing. Midpoint versus midpoint. Let's start sewing. Now you can sew with 1/2 inch. So as you're sewing, when you get to this point, are you seeing it? When you get to this point, you sew and stop before the joining. Do you guys understand what I mean? Now look at it. You can stop before this joining. Are you seeing it? Now also, I want you to master what you have here. What you have here as extra allowance. Okay, now as you can see, it's almost 1.5. So let's go back to the center. Let's go back to the center. Then let's start sewing. Okay, so now let's say we are done stitching out this particular side. Okay, so now look at it here.
we are still going to iron it out. You guys already know that one. Okay, so next thing we are going to be doing now is to lock out this particular side. So let's do that. Let me show you guys. Please, whatever you do on this sleeve is the same thing you are going to do on the other one. Now look at it. You are going to be using the person's sleeve circumference. Are you saying it? When you fold it, you use the person's sleeve circumference. Let's say in this case, the sleeve circumference is 13. 13 is what? 6.5. Okay, now look at it. Now make sure you backstitch. Okay, now when you backstitch, look, here is very, very sensitive. When you backstitch, see what I want you to do. Check this particular one. Are you seeing here that you have stitched? Are you seeing it? That middle side. Now look at what I want you to do. Keep this on like this and be sewing as if you're coming towards that middle side. Now look. Are you seeing I'm coming towards the middle side? Now look. Yeah. Then when I reach there, I separate this. Are you seeing it? And sew it out. Now let me show us again what I mean by that. Look at it. If you place this thing, it will be as if it's coming exactly towards this line. Are you seeing it? So look at it here. So now look at what I'm going to be doing, guys. I'm going to be opening it. If I open it, are you seeing it? Opening it like this. So I'm going to be closing it. Some people will just keep this thing like this and want to take their stitch and stitch on all these big things. No, you don't do that. See what you're going to do. If you have big allowance like this, see what you're going to do. Fold it like this, like a triangle. Are you seeing it? Fold it like a triangle. The same thing you're going to be doing to the other side. Now let's do it. Look at it. Triangle. The reason for this is so that to make your sleeve relax, else it's not going to relax around that side. Now look at it again. That's if you have enough allowance like this. Triangle. Are you seeing it? So it will not be easy for you to stitch. Very easy. And at the end of the day, by the grace of God, we are done with this particular sleeve. So if you have to open it up, look at it. It's looking very neat. Are you seeing it? Okay, so this is how you do it, and this is how we are also going to be working on this very part. Do you guys understand? So let me quickly do it without teaching anything.
Okay guys, it's now time for fixing the plate. As you can see, we have the material which I have prepared already for fixing the plate. So all you have to do is to take it and face or at the down part of your material, front part to front part. As you can see, we have placed it. Next thing you need to do is to fold 1 inch. As you can see, fold it, make sure it's facing this side as you can see on your screen. Then when you sew a little bit, face and 1 inch on the other side also. This is what you are seeing now is a box plate. If you turn it the other way, what you will see is a kissing plate. So next thing you need to do is to mark 1 inch. Yes, but before you mark this 1 inch, I can tell you that if your strap is long enough, you can fix it this way. That by you'll be seeing kissing plate here, but because our strap is not long enough, we are going to be giving spacing. That is why we marked that 1 inch. As you can see, we have fixed it after the 1 inch. So do it again. Make sure you fold the other 1 inch towards the other side. This is what we are going to be doing till we get done. As you can see at this point, make sure you also mark your 1 inch so as to give space. I've already told us guys, the space is because our strap is not long enough. Now fold 1 inch, are you saying it? And fold 1 inch on the other side also. This is what we are going to continually do till we get done. Thanks and God bless you. Are you seeing it? Okay, so I'm going to be making sure that this thing actually goes very fast because we don't have enough time now. We don't have much time. So guys, if you've not subscribed to our channel, make sure you do so. Subscribe to this channel, and also if you want to access all our videos, make sure you like this video, because when you don't like it, you might not have access. That is what I mean, is that you might not be able to see our videos, because the more you like, the more you see. So as you can see, we have reached at this particular stage. All we need to do is to, I think our strap is a little bit excess. All you need to do is to cut it out and they close it this way. Are you seeing how we are closing it? Okay, close it this way, place it and they sew it out. Okay, you can also go and weave it out, or you sew it neatly. Okay, so next thing you need to do is to open it up, expand it this way, and do the final stitching, as you can see. Okay, expand it this way and do the final stitching, guys. So you can see we are already done with this particular project. So if you like what we are doing, please make sure you click on the like button. So if you have not bought our book, make sure you buy the book. If you don't know where to buy it, you can see it at the description of this particular video. Just scroll down, you'll see it, or click on the description, you will see it. Then make sure you complete all the payment checks and everything, then the book will be yours. Thanks, and may God bless you. I love you. Bye for now.